Linus Tech Tips coverage of CES 2014 is brought to you by NCIX.com, your source for great technology, selection, and service, along with Corsair Memory and Western Digital. We're going to kick off our Sennheiser booth tour with a look at their Game Series headsets. Now, they did make a bit of a mistake here. They spelled game wrong. They're like German or something, so maybe spelling in English isn't a strong point, but designing headsets is. So we're going to start with the Game One. If you've ever used an HD 500 series headphone in the last little while, these will probably look familiar. They've got cloth padding. They have sort of it's a soft but not memory foam style padding. The drivers inside them are actually very similar to 500 series drivers, but they've made a couple small tweaks to enhance things like sound effects as well as dialogue in games without completely destroying the sound signature, because Sennheiser does know a thing or two about not destroying the sound signature on their products. They have also updated the ID, so they've got kind of a white glossy design that's quite beautiful looking with a red metallic accent color that goes around certain parts of it. They've got a self-muting microphone, so all you got to do is lower that to get it to work and then raise it to get it to stop transmitting, and then finally to make it a gaming headset they of course have a volume control knob on the other ear. Now this is the lower end of the two, although both of them cost over $200, but this one right here is the one that I think many gamers will find quite interesting, where the Game One uses an open back design, meaning that sound tends to leak both in and out, which is not the greatest thing for immersion. Personally, I prefer open back just because it does give a bit more of a natural feeling to the sound. I think many gamers will be looking for the Game One. So this uses a closed back design. They've got sort of a synthetic leather cover on the ear cups. This enhances the noise isolation as well as being more comfortable for certain people, although I personally do prefer cloth. It also has a memory foam design for both the ear cups and for the headband, and as you can see, that happened while I was sitting here holding it. It has nice swiveling ear cups so you can easily hang it around your neck, as well as a folding design so you can pack it up and take it with you wherever you go. Now both of these headsets use standard 3.5mm jacks, which is great for PC gamers because with the way that sound card technology has advanced in the last little while, even on just integrated, I just turned on those speakers because I unplugged this. Anyway, even with onboard sound, I don't see a particular reason why you would need a USB interface unless you really had some special effects you wanted to apply to it. But the good news about it is that with this simple little adapter, you've got not only PC compatibility, but also PlayStation 4 compatibility out of the box. This adapter is going to come at about $14.99. It'll be available in a little while. However, even though we're standing in Sennheiser's booth, I'll tell you guys, there's nothing particularly special about it. It's a 4-pole to dual 3-pole adapter. You can pick these up almost anywhere, and boom, you're ready to go on your PC or on your PlayStation with either of these Game Series headsets. We've got 3 significant updates to Sennheiser's Pro Series products. Now I'll start with what they all have in common. They all come with a professional grade hard case. It's actually super, super nice. It's got gorgeous hard foam inside. I wouldn't be worried about damaging these at all. They all come, there are actually 3 models. They all come with 2 sets of ear cups. Whether you prefer more of a pleather feel or whether you want something that's a velour, which is a little bit different from the traditional cloth ear cup that you'll find on headphones, because it will tend to help with noise isolation a little bit more than a very, very breathable cloth. They all come with detachable cables, which you can actually plug into either side. So if you have mixing equipment that tends to sit more off to your left and you don't want the cable coming up that side, that's going to be no problem for you. And they all come with both a straight cable and with a coiled cable. The last thing that they all include is, of course, robust, rugged build quality, although one of them is a little bit ahead of the others in terms of that space. Then we've got the HD7 DJ and HD8 DJ. The key differences between these two are that the HD7 DJ tends to have a little bit of a brighter sound at the high end and has a metal and plastic construction. Other than that, they are lower impedance than the HD6 mix, so at 95 ohms they can be used on pretty much anything, and they both have, yes, this is a first for Sennheiser. Check this out, guys. They've got a swiveling ear cup design that has 3 distinctly locking positions. So you can position them directly over the ear, a little bit kind of half off the ear, or way up there, so they sit on the head in a comfortable manner while being completely out of the way. Now I'd like to move on to the HD8 DJ. This one features an all-metal construction, so it has some additional robustness to go along with the, well, DJ-optimized sound signature. So that is to say that unlike the HD6 mix, these ones are fairly more neutrally except in bass. So they're going to be able to pound the bass, and they're going to be able to pound it hard. They're both capable of delivering up to 115 decibels of high quality sound to your ear, which is something that I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing. But hey, if you're in a loud club and you got to hear what you're working on, then I guess you don't really have much of a choice. So thanks for checking out our Sennheiser booth coverage, guys. Don't miss any of our coverage of CES 2014 by making sure you're subscribed. And just as a reminder, our trip to the show is powered by NCIX.com, your source for great technology, selection, and service, as well as Western Digital and Corsair Memory. A huge thanks to those guys, because we wouldn't be able to be here without them.